Stone Cold Steve Austin is interested to see how things play out after John Cena's heel turn. John Cena shockingly turned heel at the Elimination Chamber 2025, aligning with The Rock and beating down Cody Rhodes. The angle kicked off the build to Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship, which is now official for WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. The Schmo interviewed Stone Cold at a Mint 400 race this week and asked for his thoughts on John Cena's turn. Stone Cold said he thought it was an epic way to begin the road to WrestleMania, but he doesn't know whether the fans will accept John Cena as a heel or if this move will have just made him more of a babyface in their eyes. Austin said it had to happen sooner or later. Finally, it happened. So it'll be interesting to see whether the people accept him as a heel or has he turned himself more babyface. I think it remains to be seen as the story unfolds. Nonetheless, they've kicked off an epic build into WrestleMania, and that's what they do every single year. And this year it's here in Las Vegas, so it's going to be pretty damn awesome. With Austin living in Nevada, he said he is open to making an appearance at WrestleMania 41. The Schmo asked if we could see him help out Cody Rhodes against John Cena. To which he said, "Hey, I haven't been in contact with anybody, so I guess anything can happen. But I'm here to run the Mint 400, and that's what my sights are set on. I'm not looking to Mania, I'm looking to the Mint 400. I've got a brand new left knee. This is my first race back, so I'm going to go out there and kick ass and see if I can do as well as I can." Hulk Hogan says WWE did it right with John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber. Many fans have compared John Cena aligning with The Rock to Hogan being revealed as the NWO's third man at WCW Bash at the Beach 1996. Speaking with the Undisputed's Justin Barrasso, Hulk Hogan called John Cena's turn one of the best heel turns he's seen in a long time. Hulk Hogan said, "We know who he is now. He's not signing autographs or doing what he's been doing. That's bigger than a wrestling angle. It's one of the best heel turns I've seen in a long, long time. All the major players were involved. I can't say enough about The Rock. Too, he was incredible. They did it right. I'll tell you that." Now, in case you missed it, here are the top highlights from the Elimination Chamber press conference, kicking things off with The Rock.
In hand, here is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the final boss.
Well, that was a fun night. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Am I picking? I'm happy to pick. Sure. Yeah. Ladies first.
We have one right here, second row, left-hand side.
Denise Salcedo, Instinct Culture. So I'm going to start off with the big moment that just closed out the show. A historic moment, leaving so many fans completely shocked. From your point of view, being in there in the ring as this unfolded, talk to us about how you felt in the moment and coming out of it, of course, and seeing this different side of John Cena.
It was an amazing moment. Lisa, is it?
Denise.
Sorry. Too much tequila. Denise, it was an amazing moment. And, we as entertainers, whether in pro wrestling or whether in film or television or whatever it is that you do, you really live for moments like that where you can hopefully create something that could be very compelling and moving for the audience and take tonight 38,000 strong here in Toronto. And what we have collectively thought about and talked about in the back before and certainly after this moment is no one knew really what was going to happen. Maybe a few called it, but for the most part, I thought the moment was incredible, and I personally love that. And I've been around the block in terms of being a pro wrestler and I grew up in this business, so I love this business. And what I felt tonight, and I've been a part of some really phenomenal professional wrestling angles. And as a kid growing up, we all have seen some amazing professional wrestling angles. I felt like tonight stood beside all of those that were the iconic angles. So it was really incredible. So I was very proud. But overall, I thought the performances by everybody across the board, all the women, all the men, they put it out there. And I'm very, very proud of them. I know their schedule. I know it well. I lived it at one time for many, many years. I grew up in it with my dad, my grandfather, my uncles, my grandmother. I mean, everybody, my cousins. So I understand the grind of the schedule, and what everyone was able to do tonight from top to bottom, from the opening match to the final match, was really phenomenal, and I was very, very proud of everybody. So what a night it was. I think the fans can expect the unpredictable. I think they can expect exciting storylines to unfold, and I also want to encourage the fans, whether they're hardcore fans or not hardcore fans who just enjoy the product, take your time, take a breath. It's all going to unfold. It's okay. And now, by the way, not everyone's going to like everything that we present, and that's okay too. But I promise you, as Triple H was here and he was talking about blowing up. And when he and I have worked with him for a very long time, and for decades and decades. And so when we get together these days, today, we're constantly, so what we'll do is we'll think about, okay, we have the final boss, we have this character, we have this character, we have this character, and we have this event, and we have this storyline. Let's start with the thing that's coming up next, but then let's push ourselves to 8 months from now, 6 months from now, and let's see where we go. So the reason why I share that with you is because what we often do, and that's the fun part about Triple H and I getting together, is we'll take something and take an idea, and it sounds good. Hey, this sounds good. I think we're gonna do this tonight, or let's do this at the up and coming PLE. And then we'll go, you know what? Blow it up, throw it away. Let's figure out something better. So I think going up and leading into WrestleMania, I think fans can expect the unexpected. I think they can expect some unpredictable moments. I think that they can expect some predictable moments, because also at the same time, you do want to make sure that there's certain things that you got to do to make sure that we're satisfying the audience on a weekly basis. And there's certain moments that we all know, we got to make this happen. Let's make this happen. But we'll make this happen today because they expect it and they want it, but maybe next week we'll deliver something different. I'm excited about WrestleMania. I was excited about last year's WrestleMania. We're trying to figure out what it could be. We created that dual main event that happened over the course of 2 nights. I'm excited about every WrestleMania. This one is different. This one is unique, and I can't wait.
Hello, Mona Nawaz at the One Mona. It looks like you have it out for Cody. First you put blood on a belt for Mama Rhodes. Now you have something with his father. So were you the influence, and was it the master plan all along for John Cena to sell his soul to you?
I don't know if I was the influence, but I will tell you this, is that it's the part of the business that I love. 2 parts of this. It's a part of the business that I love. And I grew up in this business, as we know. I was very fortunate to grow up in this. And the part of the business that I love is that we can create things like this, where I can create this belt, but I just didn't want to put a belt that said Cody's Soul. I need a date that memorializes things, but also a date that means something to me, but really means something to me. It's going to tie into my second part of this answer regarding John, which was, June 11, 2015, when Dusty Rhodes passed away. For those of you who don't know, Cody's dad, Dusty Rhodes, Cody's dad and my dad, Rocky Johnson, they were best buds. They did everything together, riding horses, etc., especially down in Florida. We would go to Dusty's house all the time. But right before Cody was born, because I'm about 10, 12 years older than him. And so Dusty was one of my heroes. So I thought, well, what's a thing that I could really, anytime I come back home to WWE and I do something, I got to have skin in the game. I got to have, really sink my teeth into something. And what's real, what feels real to me? Well, your dad was one of my heroes. So I'm going to put his date here. And if I get the opportunity, and if you tell me no, and if you tell me in his very eloquent way, he told me no tonight, told me to go fuck myself. Wow. I don't know if you ever said that in front of 38,000 people like that. What a moment. But as I was saying, it's the most fun part. It's the part about our business that we love in creating moments. So with John, I don't know if I was the influence to this. Perhaps, maybe I was a conduit to help him in a way, in my small way, I don't want to take any credit for this because this is John. In my small way, a conduit to help John get to the place he's gotten tonight. So, storyline, no storyline, fiction, nonfiction. What you guys felt tonight out there was decades of what John has experienced as a performer and as a human being. And I felt it in the ring. I've had conversations with John. We're good buddies. I knew what his why was going into this. And it is so incredibly moving and compelling. And it grips you by the neck when he talks about it, as he's talked to me about it. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight. And again, storyline, no storyline, fiction, nonfiction. The greatest, I think, angles in wrestling is when it's anchored in some sort of authenticity. What you felt tonight, he didn't say a word. Look, he came out and dropped the mic. That's decades of a man who gave everything to this business that I love. And now it's coming out. And I told him as he left. By the way, he flew in this morning from Budapest. He's flying out right now to Africa to continue. So that's the level of commitment. And I told him as he left, I said, we say two things in our wrestling vernacular. He said, hey, thank you for the house. And I said, I'm proud of you. It's a big deal.
And now, here are the top highlights from Triple H's portion of the Elimination Chamber press conference.
Like everything we do, I'm a really big proponent of collaboration. I want all the ideas. I want to throw them all out on the table. I want us to all look at all of them and then begin to have conversations around, like, what is the best thing? And then start to think of, okay, so out of those things, how can we tear those up and, I don't know, blow them up and go in a completely different direction that nobody will see? You know, it's hard sometimes to think of this shit that nobody sees because nobody sees it, right? Like, and that includes you when you're doing it. And it's, you know, at some point in time, little germs of ideas come in and what if, oh my God, what if, right? And it just begins to percolate. I'm fortunate in this time frame that I have some of the great minds to work with, right? Like, you know, Dwayne and I have been working together for, I don't know, like almost 30 years in some manner, right? Like here, anyways, right? And he's always been an epic storyteller. He's always been an epic guy to get outside of the box and like, let's do something different. And how can we blow this up and change expectations? How can we make this something that no one's ever seen before? It's really easy to go like, oh, let's do that. I saw this once. Let's do this angle. Let's do that, right? That's easy. Going into uncharted waters, trying things out that's never been done before or done in a different way, things that people won't see coming. That's a lot different and that's a lot more challenging. So you need everybody's ideas and thought processes. So it starts with a bunch of people coming up with great ideas to try to entertain our fans and lead them in a direction and then jerk them into the other direction when they don't see it coming, if we can do that. And people are pretty savvy, right? So they're tuned into a lot of the stuff we do and they sense things coming, and it's why we get so upset when we see spoilers and things leak. And believe me, half of the things that are spoilers and that leak are wrong, but like when you do get the ones that are out there where you're like, like it drives you nuts. The one thing about tonight that I loved, absolutely loved, is it was nowhere. Nowhere. Because nobody knew. Like, no, when I say nobody knew here, like nobody. Right before the finish of the Elimination Chamber, I had to say to the truck, everybody lay out, I have all traffic on where we go next. because nobody knew what was coming, right? It was very, very tight circle of people because we're just trying to entertain people and doing it in a way that is amazing and next level and things they don't see coming. And just, I hate when people go to see the movie and then they have to tell everybody that they know what the finish of that movie is. Like, just let me watch it. Don't tell me. Like, I don't, geez, so where does it start? It starts with a group of people that just love this. It's in Rock's blood. He doesn't manufacture those goosebumps when he comes out. That's him. And I think that there's a massive group of people here internally at WWE, talent and everything, that is how they are. They live, breathe, sleep this, and want it to be epic. And we start there, and then it escalates. So it's a team effort here that I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of the people that are here. So a lot of surprises tonight. Jade Cargill, Randy Orton, incredible matches, incredible moments. And then John Cena drops a nuke. I think, I don't know, I've been fortunate to be around a lot of the biggest things in this business in the last, say, 30 years. I don't know that I've ever felt a more powerful moment of the entirety of John Cena's career, being the one guy that you never really saw, at least in the in the beginning of his career, whatever, but as you move forward into that, when he really became John Cena, and the champion, you didn't see this moment coming. And in a moment of, when you get to a place in your career where undoubtedly you have months left on your career and your dream and the thing that launched you to the rest of the world, to movie stardom, to everything else that he has in his life, it puts you in a different perspective, and it puts you in a place of like, it is now or never, and you can ride that out, and you can rest on the things that you have done. And you couldn't really blame John for doing that, right? For just saying, hey, I'm coming in, and he told you differently, but to say, hey, I'm going to come in and I'm going to ride the nostalgia wave for the next 10 months. I'm going to wave at everybody. I'm going to do the Nifty Tour. I'm going to come to your town. I'm going to say hi and expect you to react to the nostalgia of John Cena. Or somebody like him can double down and say, screw it, I want to be challenged right to the last moment. I want to go out on my shield. I want to give this everything I have. I want to be, I want to challenge myself. I want to do something different. I want to be afraid of it. I want to go out there and do it all. And that's the beauty of John Cena. John has always been the guy to do what is best here, but he's always been the guy to jump out on a limb. He's always been the guy to get out there, stick his neck on the line, and gamble on himself, and he did that again tonight, and it was incredible to watch. There was a moment when Cody was down in the ring, and Pat and Cole and Wade were out there trying to help him to his feet, and Rock, Travis Scott, and John Cena were standing in the aisleway next to each other, that I thought to myself, just holy shit, how does it ever get any bigger than that?
Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.